Hello and welcome back. I have some new subscribers. Welcome to you. Glad to have you here. So today I am going to be showing you two super simple, easy things to make. And this is for both style, but you can use them for anything that you'd like. So first off, I'm going to show you I have found some braid, some of it's vintage, at the thrift stores I go to, and one of the projects we're going to be making today is a rug for the Boho Room Box. So I'm just kind of showing you some of the variety of braid here. I think this is an older one, just looking at it and by the material used in it. I like it, but I don't have near enough to do the rug that I want to do for the Boho project. The nice part about using this is not only is it very simple, quick, and easy, but it comes in such a variety of colors and patterns. And in the case of a lot of it, it actually looks like someone wove it. Like this really looks like it's been woven. And it's about an inch and a half thick. And this one you can use both sides on. So I'm really thinking about that one for the rug for the project. So just to show you some more, there's, this type, and I do have quite a bit of that, but I won't be using that today. This one is very fun and colorful if you want to, use it. And you could use this on throw pillows, or you could make pillows out of it. That would be, like really fun. Um, that was just an extra piece of something that was in there. Some more of that one type. Just sorting through more of that. Trying to get it out of the way so I can just reach in and show you what else there is. This one is interesting. The flowers form a scalloped border on that one. So it would make a great border for a pillow or something else you wanted to make. This one would be cute for something for a child. I may use that in the farmhouse for the little boy. This one I think is just beautiful. I love that one. But unfortunately, that's all I have. Just that little piece. That's it. Um, and then I have, like, this is little flowers, which would also be cute to use on throw pillows or other things like that. But you couldn't use it for a rug really, unless you could get them matched up so there were no holes. This one I believe is truly out of the 1970s. It has a very small print fabric and then it has an edging on it. And you could use that as long as you matched your edgings up. Make cute pillows too. So, and then I have got a whole bunch of this stuff. This is not a haul video. This will be showing you how I make something. I'm not going to call this video a tutorial, but it's so easy. As I've said, anyone can do it. So now that I just stuffed all that back in there, the one I wanted, yeah, now I have to pick out the one I wanted to use. The motif on it will fit very well with the boho style. And once again, I'm pulling that one out because I'm like, I want to use it so bad. And there's not enough. So this is, and I'm even trying it to see what I think I might be able to do with it. And this is 4 1/4 by 6 1/2 piece of poster board that I'll be using for my base. So just measuring it there to make sure that I tell you the right measurements. This will sit in the center of the boho room. Yeah, and sitting here going, is there any way I could use this because I just love it? But there would not be near enough to use for that. So maybe I can make some pillows and use that as an accent, or a blanket or something like that would work. And I'm just kind of looking, oh, excuse me, kind of looking through to see if there is anything else that might be suitable, but I decided on this one. So now I'm just fitting it up here, and this 3 pieces of this will fit across. Now this one you can use both sides, and I really like the back side better. So I'm just cleaning up a few things here, some bits and pieces of stuff. And then I'm also showing you that I did buy this one. I was hoping there was braid in there, or I was hoping some of the smaller flower stuff could be, made so that it went together well without any holes, or that you could put it together so that it looked like possibly like a crocheted blanket or something, but I just don't think any of that would work. So back to this. Um, I've decided I'm going to use the backside for two of the strips. And this one, the way it's woven, I was really afraid about fraying. So, and they had the end sewed there with a, look like a serger. And then I happened to remember I have some more um, braid. That obviously is not good color. This is vintage braid, most of it. That's not going to work. This is, I like it, but it's too much. So no, that would not be used. I had that one. Now I thought if you could cut that apart and put an edging on it, it would make some super cute little placemats. And I'm thinking about doing that for Grandma's house. I think those would be really cute little placemats. This I remember everybody having back in the 70s. It was on everything: jeans, coats, jackets, and you name it. Very popular. It would go well with the boho. However, I think it's just too dark. And then this one I also remember from back then with the fringe on it, but that would not work for what I want. And this one, this is a more modern one, and it's just too bright, and I don't even like it. So, yeah. But I thought maybe, just maybe, and I'm gonna try. I was gonna try that one, and I'm like, nope, I'm going with the other. That's what I picked. I'm doing. So let's get started on this extremely easy rug. And when it's done, it looks like it's been woven. So we're going to say that the lady who owns the Boho Room Box she is a textile artist, so we're going to say this is one of her weavings, and she made this rug herself. Plain and simple. So I'm deciding, do I really want to use the back of it? And yes, I do. I really do. Because I just like the colors and the motif. So, all right, we are ready finally to begin working on our rug. Just in there. And what I'm doing right now is making sure I have the back of the braid up. And I'm going to put down some glue. I'm not going to glue the whole piece of poster board right now. I'm just going to put down where I think that this will fit so that I can get it glued down. I'm putting down quite a bit of glue. Just kind of making sure that, I'm getting all areas covered. And now I'm just taking my silicone makeup spatula and I'm just smoothing all that glue out so I don't have all the lumps and bumps. And making sure that I get every part of that covered. Making sure we get those edges really good because I want this to stay glued down. So now I'm just taking the braid and I'm kind of looking at it because I want the edges of it, I want the same design on each end. I don't want it just like starting in the middle and. So I'm making sure that I have it as even as I possibly can. And now I'm laying it down, making sure that top edge is right at the edge of my poster board. And I tell you what, this tacky glue grabbed onto this stuff really quick. So I'm having a bit of a struggle moving it, but now I've got it, so I'm smoothing it down, and I'm going to cut it off, leaving a little bit of the end. At this point, I didn't know that this really wouldn't fray out. Double checking the edge, making sure everything is laying down nice and flat. It is really starting to look like a woven rug. And here I see that I don't have it quite up to the edge. So I'm just pushing it up. There we go. Still not happy with that corner. Just a little more adjustment, and there, that looks pretty good to me. Show it to you a little bit, and trying to get that bottom down, because sometimes the braided stuff, a lot of it stretches, and I was having a little bit of that, so I was getting ripples at the bottom. Now I'm going to bring it in with the right side, and I'm not exactly lining this up exactly straight, but I did end up lining it up. There's a border on the braid, and one of them, if you use the front side, it's thinner, I believe it is, or maybe it's thicker, and if you use the back side, it's thinner. So I was lining it up, and it just so happened that the little marks on it, if I had, the braid lined up right, that they would go right in between the other ones. So that was kind of what I was using for a guide. So now I'm just putting more glue on for this middle strip. And the only thing I really didn't care for on this braid is that the background is white, like pure white. I think an off-white would have been a little better, but not sure how I would achieve that, especially now. So again, just smoothing it out here. These silicone makeup spatulas are amazing for spreading glue, and they clean right up. Still got this cold, so if I cough from time to time, please excuse me. We have 13 below actual temperature today, and our wind chill is at 40 below zero. So I'm not going out. I don't have to work. I'm not going out. So now I'm just lighting everything up, making sure that it looks good. Again, this strip is the right side of the braid. And now I'm just trying to get everything lined up so there's no gap and the poster board isn't showing. It would be a lot easier if my background of this braid was not white too. So just pushing it down. It's kind of fiddly right there. Just really want everything lined up well. Showing that you just need to make sure that your braid is lined up together. Cut it off again, leaving a little bit extra at the end. And now it's time for the last row. I think it would be cute to make a throw pillow for on our couch out of this also. Same thing, just kind of lining it up, and I want the bottom row to match the top row. So now that I've got that all figured out, more gluing. Make sure I get everything covered good. I'm not using as much glue as I did on the first part because the tacky glue really grabs onto the sprayed really well. Spread that out a little bit. Make sure I get up next to my other piece and making sure I get the edges. If you hear anything in the background, it's my furnace. It's keeping the house warm. It's just working overtime right now. So again, I'm just lining up everything, hoping that the bottom row matches the top row. And then I have the edges butted together so that you can't see any of the poster board below. This has really been a fun project, and now I just want to take more of my braid and make pillows and make more rugs, and just because it is so quick and easy. You could probably have your whole rug done in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your pattern and how you decide to use it. Match it up. Easy peasy, quick and simple. And that's how my rug is going to look when I put it into the Boho Room Box. And we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Yep, that's it. It's all nice and smooth down. Everything matches up. It's all good. I'm really liking it. All right, well, I'm back. I have trimmed all the excess off the edges. I had one little spot of the poster board where there was just a very tiny bit of the poster board showing. It's just a little wider than the amount of braid I had. So that's it. I think it's adorable. I think it's going to look so cute in the room box. So right now I'm going to get the room box. I'm going to put the little rug in and I'm going to show you how it's looking. Let me know what you think. And I really hope you guys try this because it's quick, it's easy, and it's fun. All right, well, here we are looking into the room box. There's a little sofa at the end by what's going to be the gallery wall. And there's the rug in there. I think that looks so cute. I'm really liking it, and I don't even mind the white background. I think it's really going to add a lot to our room. All right, well, we'll be back with the next project in just a minute. Okay, so here we are with our second part of this. This also is very, very easy. I'm going to be making the bolster pillows that go on the end of our couch. So I was trying to figure out a way to do this really quick and easy. I am using the same plum colored velveteen that I used on the couch. I want the bolsters to match, and I have just cut a couple of rectangles, and I'm using these. These are off of hair rollers that you can buy at Dollar Tree. They have several sizes, and these were the smallest I could find. And they're foam, they're like a pool noodle kind of, and they come in a package of six. So six for $1.25, that's a good buy. Dollar General charges over three something per pack. Anyway, so I just measured them to the length I needed and cut them off. But before you do that, and I hope I'm on camera, I'm sorry if I'm not, but I hope so. They have a wire inside, and the wire has a loop at the end of it, and then they have these really, really flimsy little plastic buttons that go over. They have a shank on them, and that goes over the wire, and that is the end of your roller, and then they can be rolled around your hair and bent to hold it. What I usually do with those is I usually either cut off the wire, or you can just take the button, since it has a shank, and slip it right off the end of the wire. So I was in there and I thought, well, hey, I need bolsters, and this looks about the right size. Why not try it? Anyway, let's get going. So I have used, on one of these, I've used the selvage edge. That's where the fabric is finished off, so it doesn't fray on the bolt, for those of you who don't sew. And so I decided to use that since it was already turned under nicely anyway. And I'm going to use that toward the end of one of these. And I have cut these so they will just go around the roller part. What I need to do is for the back of them, I just cut those with the box cutter. Just wanted to show you that. What I need to do for the back of the bolsters is I just need to glue it down so I have a nice finished edge. Now, velveteen is thicker, and so, there are other ways to do bolsters, but this is just so quick and so easy that anyone can do it. So I'm just turning that under, and tacky glue grabs this velveteen, the backing on it, really well. Now I'm seeing if I've got it the right size, but I just a little bit too long. So I'm just going to fold it up a little more, then I'll be checking the size again. And this time it's just right. So I'm going to do the same for the other. Again, just turning that edge up. Checking the two together, making sure they're both the same size, because I know that my pieces of roller are the same size. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, so next I'm just going to be applying glue along the, while I'm putting it on the roller. But then, oh, and here's where I usually end up in trouble. I realized I didn't have quite a straight cut on that one. And usually when I go to snip something like that off, I snip it badly, and then I really make a mess of things. In this case, it worked. So now I'm just putting glue around what I'll call the front and back edges. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing here in a minute. So I'm putting them across. I guess it wasn't held down good enough. Something. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm putting them on. Try it again. I'm putting them on the front and back edges of our covering. And then I'm going to go down one side. Then I'm just going to take the roller and stick it in the middle. And I'm going to start rolling it up into the glue. Making sure that the fabric is, tight on there, that I don't have any gaps or loose parts. Like so. Just rolling it around there. And then what I want it to do is I just want it to meet right in the middle. So I'm going to be adding a little more glue, and I'm just adding it right to the roller and trying to get just the edge of the velveteen where I've already glued it. Just gonna keep rolling. Fabric met right where I wanted it to, and I already have it covered. Quick and easy. Just making sure it's going to hold, and I'm going to do the same with the other. I can see the recording is picking up something, so it must be the furnace in the background. Now these bolsters will be glued onto the couch, so the back side of them is never going to be visible. There's no reason for them to come off the couch. Gluing them on. So now that we have our two bolsters, I'm going to let those set a little bit, and I'll be back when they've dried and finish it up. All right, well, we're back. The bolsters have dried nicely, and I am going to show you what I've done now. I cut out just 2 circles of the velveteen and just glued them right onto the ends. This will be the back side of the bolster. If you were doing one that will be where both sides will show, or you want to maybe take it from one thing, move it to another, something like that, then you would want to do two like I do the front. But since this will never show, this is absolutely fine. And I'm just going to glue one on with you. Just putting the glue around the end of the bolster. Waiting on my glue because my bottle's getting low. So I'm just putting it all around the inside there, or the end of the roller. And I'm just going to take my other little circle, and these are not perfect, but due to the plush nature of the velveteen, the fibers kind of intertwine and it doesn't really look like I did cut perfect. Okay, so what I did for the front was I took the little button parts off the wire that's through the roller, and I left the shank on, and I'm going to be using that for the front of my bolsters. And you could use any button if you wanted to do this method. So I glued the velveteen right to the front of the button because it's thick and I knew the glue would not come through. If you choose to do something like this, I would definitely, if you're using a thinner fabric, I would definitely glue it, like I would attach the fabric, maybe even with a double-sided tape to hold it, something uh, to the front of what I'm calling the button, because otherwise glue will seep through your fabric and ruin what you do. So I just glued these down to the velveteen and then cut around them to make a circle, leaving an edge. I notched out that edge to make turning easier. And if you want to see why I do this, or understand my reasoning for cutting all those tiny notches, please see my how to upholster video. This just gives me a much cleaner line than if I just snipped it. The little V-shaped notches make an outer curve turn much nicer and neater. So I'm just putting glue down and I'm just turning those under, and it's curving around there very, very nicely. And I'm pretty sure you've all probably figured out where this is going. There I have it. That's going to be in front of my bolster. So then I'm just going to take, sorry, off camera there. I'm going to take the what's going to be the front of the bolster. I'm just going to apply some glue around that. And I'm going to take my little button that I covered. Just going to pop it right in there. And voila, a bolster. Quick, easy, and very inexpensive. I hope everyone gives this a try. It's fun, and I am totally addicted. Here's how it looks. And I'll show you a picture of the couch in just a minute. The bolster's in place, though they won't be glued in yet. Just finishing up this one. So here we have the couch with the bolsters in place. I wish that the rollers would have been a little smaller, but this works fine. I hope you like this, and I hope you give these two a try. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope everyone has a great day. It's not too much to ask. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. All right, well, have a good week. We'll see you Wednesday with more on Victoria's Farmhouse. Bye for now.